Hi, I'm Michelle and I'm a pregnancy and postpartum corrective exercise specialist. This workout is specifically for those who are complete beginners to exercise and ideal for those wanting to get back into shape after having a baby. There are 5 exercises to perform and we're going to learn the form first and then move into 2 rounds of 10 reps each. The workout is based upon functional movement and I'll be teaching you the correct form for each movement before you progress to more challenging workouts. All you'll need is a pair of light dumbbells, nothing too heavy. Follow along at your own pace and stop when you feel you need to. Subscribe so you don't miss any of my workouts. Let's do this together. So first of all, we're just going to do a bit of mobility to make sure that we are warm and ready to move. So come down into a nice deep squat for me. And I want you to try and keep your heels down. Now, if you find that you can't get your heels down and you're rounded over, come to a chair and perhaps grab a towel or a yoga block or a couple of books and place them under your bottom. And let's just hold onto our chair, opening our chest out and really sort of get some mobility through those hips. You'll notice if you do have children that children tend to play like this, and as we get older things stiffen up and we forget to move. So from here, hold on to your chair, exhale, lift and come out. Now pop that block away. Now we're going to hold on to something for balance and we're going to lift our right leg, bring it out to the side and circle it back. You'll find that you'll get a nice stretch through this hip. Good, and the other side, so lift that leg up, open to the side and back. Good. And there you go. So our first exercise is the squat. This is a beginner's squat or for someone who has just had a baby and doesn't want to do too much too soon. So you can use a chair if you find that your form is a little bit off and you are tilting too far forward, or you can just do it alongside me. So I'm just going to move my chair out. So you're going to have your feet just outside of hip width and slightly turn your knees out and your toes out. You're going to imagine a plane of glass in front of your face. Hold your hands in front of your chest and think about dropping those hips backwards, driving the ground away through the heels, through the balls of the feet and engaging your glutes. I'll show you from this side. So inhale on the way down, exhale on the lift. If you are pushing into your knees like this and tilting your pelvis this way, you will not get a good deep squat. You want to keep that chest up and then come down, sticking the pelvis backwards and then rise. I always find doing squats and deadlifts and lunges better with bare feet so that you really can connect with the ground. If you are struggling keeping your torso upright, I want you to come to the wall. Put your hands in front of the wall. See if you can get your feet nice and close and then come down into a squat here and then come up. Try a little bit closer and so on. If you are using a chair, then pop your chair somewhere stable, stand next to it and then lower yourself down with control. Don't swing, exhale as you rise and repeat. So that is our squat. So let's do some reps with some dumbbells. I'm going to do it without the chair. It's entirely up to you. You could just be doing body weight against the wall. So if you're going to hold weights, I suggest that you hold it nice and close to your chest or up on your shoulders. So let's take a nice inhale. We're going to do 10 reps. Inhale, breath into the body and exhale as you rise. Shh. Pane of glass in front of your face. Try and drop that bottom low. Make sure you push your heels and the balls of your feet into the mat. Fire up those glutes as you rise. Don't hyperextend the back. You've got 4 more reps. Last one. And come up. Good, pop them down. Now there are other different forms of squats. You've got a sumo squat, so a nice wide stance, roll the shoulder blades back and down, and you might want to hold your weights in front of the body. Don't hold them too far in front, hold them next to you. Now, with a sumo, your knees and your toes are out to the corners of the room and your chest is up. So let's inhale, exhale, once again firing up the glutes. This is going to hit your adductors in the inner leg. You'll notice the difference. Good. Give me 5 more reps. 5, go lower if you can without tilting. 4, 3, push those knees out. 2, last one, and rise. So 2 different kind of squats that you can start with. I'd always recommend starting out without weights, but you can progress to light weights quite quickly once you get the move down. So now we're going to go on to deadlifts. The normal deadlift, imagine applying this to day-to-day life. You are in the supermarket, you've got 2 heavy bags. They are either side of you, and you're like picking them up and you're going from one side to the other, straining your back. If you're not ready for that and you've not been exercising in different planes of motion, you should be very, very cautious because you can get an injury very easily. So have your bags either side of your feet, and you're going to hinge forward with your feet hip width apart, knees tracking over those toes, and keep your back in line. Try not to round the thoracic, try not to especially round the lumbar. You want to pull those back into a nice line. If it helps, go to a mirror. Now, calm down, imagine grabbing the handles, your head is also neutral. Draw those ribs towards the spine and keep it nice and straight. Inhale here, exhale, and then lift. Engage your glutes, drive your hips forward, and don't hyperextend. You want to come to that neutral position and try not to lock your knees out. So come down, imagine your shopping bags, exhale, lift, back down to that same position. If it helps to get that position, do a few rocks forward and back, down and rise. If you feel comfortable, let's grab some dumbbells and let's do 10 reps. So just imagine this is day-to-day living. So feet hip width, knees track toes, dumbbells by the side of the body, shoulder blades back and down, hinge forward, ready, exhale, lift, 1. Don't hyperextend or lock out the knees, 2. 1 more to do. Good, and stop. Okay, release the glutes, release that pelvic floor. Not too good to walk around with glute clenching, try to release them. Now, when you did that, did you feel that in your hamstrings as well as your glutes? So if you didn't feel it in your hamstrings, you might have been dropping your bottom a little bit too low. So let's just perfect that form. So once again, come to the position of just about hip width apart, shoulder blades back and down. Now, if you just hinge from the hips, keeping that back flat and drawing those dumbbells back so you've got a bit of scapular engagement. And now come down into a little squat. If you take it too far, your knees will be coming forward, that won't be very comfortable. Just lift your bottom up slightly and come to this position. Like if you hold this position in a good placement, then you will feel your legs firing, hamstrings. So lift the bum just a tiny bit, can you feel it? And up. Let's do 10, feeling the hamstrings, let's go. 2. Feel the hamstrings, lift the bum if necessary. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Nearly there. 1 more, feel the hamstrings, and finish. Well done. Okay, pop those weights down, make sure you've got a nice safe space. So the lunge, the basic lunge is probably better if you just do a static lunge. So that means not moving around, increasing our risk. So there's two ways of doing it. You can just stand with your, so for example, your left leg forward and your right leg back. Now, we don't want to be tilting our pelvis all over the place. Try and find that neutral position. Once again, ribs tucked down slightly. Now you want to come down into a 90-degree bend. So you get a 90-degree bend on both legs. Now I advise you to have a gap. I wouldn't advise you to be like this. I'd advise you to be like this so you get good balance. So leg back enough so it creates a 90-degree bend. You exhale just before you rise, but you don't lean forward. I want you to come up into a basic lunge, up and down. Back knee drops and then come up. If you are wiggling around with your hips and you find you can't manage it, let's get a chair. So placing the chair, nice and stable position. I'm going to sit on my chair and have my left foot forward, which is the leg that I'm kind of sitting on. The left butt cheek's got some pull. And my right leg is behind. So nice and tall, pelvis engaged into neutral position. Inhale, exhale, lift. And back down to resting. And again. Good. So you can choose whichever one you want. We're going to do 10 reps on the left, 10 reps on the right. So if you need your chair, please go grab it. There's no point learning a move, not getting that correct form before we progress. It's important. So I'll do it on the chair just so you can see it's a bit more complicated. So 90-degree bend, 90-degree bend. Inhale, exhale, lift. Ribs, ready, touch, up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale just before you rise. You've got 5 left. Back heel is off the floor. Long through the spine. 3, 2. This is your last one. And there you go. If you're seated, sit, turn around. Right leg forward, left leg back. Ready? Find that position. Yes, solid. Inhale, exhale, lift. 1. Exhale, lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You've got 2 more to do. And 10. Good. Okay. Come to seated. So there are your lunges. If you found them easy, you know that you need to do them standing up. It might be that you don't do 10 to start off with, you regress it to 5 and build up as necessary and then start adding weights as you go through. The next exercise is an overhead press. You can do this standing up, but it might be that you're going to be arching your back and you're not used to it and flaring your ribs. So I suggest that you come to a nice, stable seated position. So you want to sit so both your tailbones are embedded into that chair. Roll the shoulder blades back and down. Now, put your hands in front of your face. Now, pull them back in line with your ears. The key is to pull them all the way back in line with the ears. The arms aren't tucked in, they're not too far out, they are in this straight position so that you've created this 90-degree bend here. Now, when you press above your head, you can press to the center, but personally I like to press directly above the shoulders so the weight is bearing down more on those shoulders. As I come up and down, my arms don't creep forward, they stay there. So if you are lacking in mobility, it might be that you need to do some mobility movements on a regular basis to be able to get that expansion. So let's sit tall, draw those ribs down but don't round the back. Hold the hands here, ready? We're going to do 10 presses. Up we go. 1, 2, pull the shoulder blades back and down. 3, 4, slow and steady. 5, 6, 7, elbows back. Last one. Excellent. Okay, bring the arms down. Do you feel ready to add weights? If you do, go grab some. Just make sure you don't feel like you're arching your back as you do it. You want to draw those ribs down, but don't round the spine. So once again, hands here, pull them back so that the dumbbells are directly over the shoulders. Inhale, exhale, find that neutral spine. Press, 1, make it slow because we're learning. 2, 3, don't let them dumbbells come in, hold them there. 4, 5, 6, 7, come on, a few more. 8, pull those arms back. 1 more. And there you go. Okay, bring them down. So I would always suggest to keep the overhead press simple and seated to start with. If you're in a class where you have been told to go overs or whatever, you can always just sit yourself down. So please just have a chair to hand at all times. So now I'm going to move my chair to one side and my weights so that I've got a nice safe space. I'm now going to demonstrate the last exercise, which is a bent over row. So similarly with the deadlift, we're hinging forward from the hips. So let's come into a nice hip width apart stance, feet embedded into that floor there. Soft knee, hinge forward so that you are pretty much parallel with the ground. Now, release your arms like this and round your back. We don't want this. We want to engage those scapulars. So shoulder blades back and down. Ready? Let's do it. Now, you'll automatically notice that I've got a much nicer line going on. I don't want to be really arching my back to create a lumbar curve. I just want to keep that neutral and draw the ribs down, pelvic floor on. Now, with those scapulars pulled back and down, draw those elbows back, and I want you to envisage all the muscles here, all the way down to your waist, coming into the spine, squeezing and releasing with control. It's not just like this, yeah, my elbow's coming up and back. You need to engage the muscles in order to connect. So, hinge forward. On the exhale, we row back and squeeze the scapulars as tight as we can, hold them, and then release with control. I'm going to do it standing up so you can see the engagement. So watch. Squeezing, not up here, drop them back and down, and then release. Squeeze, and then release. Okay, so we're going to do this now with weights, just to see if you can keep that strength through the spine and not round. If you are rounding, get rid of the weights. I'm going to do a double arm neutral row. So let's hinge forward. Okay, so we're really bent over. We're not up here, we're down here. Bum is back and up slightly. You should feel hamstrings firing. Shoulder blades back and down, and let's draw our elbows back, but we're also drawing all those muscles from under the armpit down to the waist into the spine. We're holding it. Now lengthen super slow and go again. Extend, really exaggerate that squeeze. Are you still bent over? Come on, give me one more please, just exaggerate that back squeeze and down. Now when you come up, stand up like you would from that deadlift. Always important to finish strong. Give yourself a second. Think, am I engaging or am I just rowing my arms backwards and forwards? It's important to know the difference. The more you get used to your functions of your body, the easier it is to apply to everyday life because it will just happen naturally. We're going to go again. The final round, the final exercise. So let's hinge forward. Make sure we're parallel with the ground. Draw the ribs in. Make sure that back is flat. Engage those scapulars. Let's go. 1, hold it, squeeze it, release. 2. 2 more. Squeeze everything into the center like you've never squeezed before. And down, rise like a deadlift. And you did it. Good. Oh, well done, ladies. Okay, a little twist from side to side. Oh, this is really good for getting a bit of mobility back in our bodies, especially if we've not been particularly mobile for a while. Across body work, or even when you're walking. So if you walk, give yourself a bit of a swish from side to side. It can really release a lot of tension. So ladies, there is your beginner's guide, or your return back after having a baby. So I hope you enjoyed it, I hope you learned something, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my tips or workouts. Have an amazing day. See ya!